Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. In this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the top 5 most synergistic teams, and we're going to spend some time talking about each one of them, where they're good for, and we're also going to talk about a couple teams that didn't make the top 5 and the reasons for that as well. So that's what we're going to go ahead and dive into. But first, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. All right, so let's go ahead and just start diving into this list here. So I'm going to talk about the first two teams that aren't on the list right now and the reasons for that. So that's these two teams right here, the X-Men team and the Brotherhood team. Now, the Brotherhood team is still a very good team, and I think it does very well to a point in Arena. It has it's kind of gone to the wayside since the introduction of the full X-Men team with Phoenix. It's still a really good team, and it still does very well in war as well. So definitely a good blitz team, can take you up a ways in Arena, and then in some of those tough situations when you're going up against some of those really high-level defenders teams, Brotherhood works very well against them as well. When you take a look at the usability of this team across the entire game and the different game modes, there's only a couple areas where they really do a very good job. So again, they've been kind of knocked down a peg by the X-Men team. Now, the reason why the X-Men team isn't on here is, number one, I don't have Phoenix. It's still a very good team, but it's a very hard farm as well because of the Mystic Controller team that you need in order to unlock Phoenix. So that one's going to kind of go off to the side a little bit. Now, there's enough teams in this game to probably make a top 10, but I'm going to boil it down to the top 5 for right now. And kind of as time goes on, we'll go ahead and take a look at this. This is also a kind of list that I don't feel it's something that I'm going to be putting out monthly. I might do it every other month, because these teams don't change very often. This game is a very synergistic game, and so it's difficult to pick out individual characters that are the best when they're not really the best until they're in with their, well, pre-made team. I've called them cookie cutter teams. So that's why those two aren't on the list. Still some very good teams. X-Men are dominating the Arena. Brotherhood still does a pretty good job at Arena, and some good in war as well. So those are not on the list, but you know what, that might change a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first team on the list here. It's the Hero Brawler team. This team, I've loved this team ever since I put the first Hero Brawler team together, and it's really all around Miss Marvel right there. You can put almost any Hero Brawler, well, you can put any Hero Brawler on this team with Miss Marvel, and you're gonna have an awesome team. It does a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play. Just all the extra attacks that Miss Marvel gives to the Hero Brawler team is just an absolutely fantastic team. You're going to do well with this team in Blitz. It'll also do fairly well in Arena. Definitely not a raid team, but I have taken this team into war as well, and it has done fairly well. So that is number 5 on the list. A lot of fun to play around with, and it's not a difficult farm either, because you can get your Hero Brawlers really early in the game. Early in the game, I had some of the defenders in here before I had the defender team fully put together, and it did fantastic. So, good team there. Next team on the list here is the Defenders. Defenders is number 4. They've been kind of knocked down a little bit because, well, one thing I've kind of noticed with this game is with the introduction of new characters, all the really good old characters, like if you remember the first raid team that really was a really good raid team with Night Nurse and Yondu and all that, they're almost useless in the raids anymore. So as new characters come out, the old characters kind of fall down towards, you know, the bottom of the ladder. So that's kind of what we're seeing with the Defenders here, especially with the introduction of Sinister Six. They're doing pretty well here. I don't have my Sinister Six team up enough to really take out high-level defenders yet, but I know I've seen some videos where they've done very, very well against the Defenders. So again, they're just kind of getting pushed down. But a very good team, and if you are new to the game, this is the team that you want to farm first. This is the only team that you really want to farm in the very beginning of the game, because this team does very well in all aspects of the game. It's going to do you well in arena, in a blitz, in war, in raids. It's going to help you out with the early part of the game, and even in the mid part of the game, you're going to see that this team is going to help out. I mean, just with the sustainability that Iron Fist gives to the team, you got the cleansing and stuff with Jessica Jones. You got some good damage here with Punisher. You got your tank with Luke Cage, and Daredevil. I think if any one of these characters stands alone well outside of the team, it's probably Daredevil, just because he does so much damage. But the ability to give counter to the entire Defenders team is also an awesome move as well. So very good team, number 4 on the list. So let's go ahead and talk about team number 3, and that is Nick Fury. Nick Fury is a solid all-around team. Very good team. Does well, again, in multiple aspects of the game. This team is a good defense team in war. It does well in arena and along the way in your blitz climbing as well. And does really well in some early part of the raids. You can use them in the Greek raids as well. It's just a very good overall, like I said, solid team in the game. Not the easiest farm either, however, it is a fun team to play around with. So that is going to be team number 3 in the game. Next, the second best team, in my opinion, is the Power Armor team. So the Power Armor team here, I originally had Captain America in this team because of the bonuses that he gets, and the taunting and the energy and stuff like that. Some other people made some suggestions that Vision does very well, and I had swapped those two out back and forth, but Vision really is superior in with the Power Armor team. Now, in my opinion, this team is incomplete because we don't have that 5th Power Armor character. We have these 4, and they are fantastic, and this team here does an awesome job in war. You're going to do well in war. I've done well in arena with this team. It is not a raid team, but this team will do good in war, arena, and in blitz. A lot of fun, and not the most difficult farm, but it does so much damage. It's a lot of fun to play with this team as well. The 5th character in this, I still think someone might be coming. I think there might be a 5th character coming to add to this Power Armor team, just because I don't think that the developers would start building this team and then just forget about that 5th spot. There's been rumors about Hulkbuster, things like that. I think Hulkbuster would be awesome. That would be your tank. You've got your blasters and everything in here. You've got Rescue. Rescue does very well. Also, without her barriers and her heals and stuff like that, this team wouldn't be as good as it is either. I mean, almost every character on this team is pretty essential. And but if you were to take a couple characters out of here, you have War Machine and Iron Man work together in a number of teams. They do very well just outside of this team as well. And Vision fits into a number of different teams. But this team here, number 2 on the list, awesome team. And really curious about who that fifth spot's going to go to, and if that 5th spot's even going to get filled. Maybe the developers just said, hey, that's it. But I don't think so. They're putting so much into war and creating this game mode that they want people to continually come back to the game for. And again, as they've mentioned before, a game mode that's going to keep people coming back to the game forever. So I don't think they're done with this team yet. We'll wait and see. I mean, we have Namor coming, and we have the Fantastic Four coming, and with Namor and the Fantastic Four, that's going to be another war team as well. But I wonder if there might be a little bit something different there as well with that team. I'm not sure. It's kind of a weird match to have Namor in there, but there's a plan somewhere, right? Anyway, so that is team number 2. Now, team number 1, the best team and the best synergistic team, in my opinion, in the game, is a non-cookie cutter team. Well, in a way, it could be considered a cookie cutter team. All right, it is this team here. This is a fantastic team, and in my opinion, the best team in Raids period, where, well, in raids where you can put this team into. You've got Thanos giving energy. I mean, and the positioning of this team is key as well. So for me, I have Thanos, if I'm looking at my game screen, right, I have Thanos on the far right. I've got Rocket right behind him. I've got Minerva in the middle. I've got Groot in the back, and then I've got Star-Lord there on the far left. It's a very good positioning. You got energy coming from Star-Lord and from Thanos. You've got massive damage coming from the pair-up between Groot and Rocket. You've got the sustainability also with Minerva there. You've got the death proofs and the defense ups and everything from Groot. You've got the taunts that Thanos does and his self-healing. You got the revives from Minerva. I mean, massive. You got blinds from Star-Lord over there. So this team is just, it dominates in raids, in my opinion. So that is the team right there, number 1 on the list. It's not the easiest farm either. You have Star-Lord, who's a legendary character. Thanos is a little bit of a pain to get as well, but this team here, it really is a fantastic team and does a great job, and is a team that I've been using for quite some time in the raids overall. So that is it. That is number 1 on the list. So let's just go through it really quick again. That number 5, and unfortunately, even though all these other teams are fantastic, the Brawler team is just a blast to play, but it's falling down on the list just because of the viability of the team. But number 5 is my Brawlers. Number 4 is Defenders. Number 3 is Nick Fury and his Shield minions there. And then you have the Power Armor team, and then the best raid team in the game, in my opinion, is right there. So very cool there. I'm very interested to hear you guys' thoughts on this list. Which of your favorite teams did not make the list, and what do you think about the teams that are on this list? There you go, everybody. That's what I had to show you today. Just the top 5 most synergistic, most usable teams in the game that will do you well through every aspect of this game, even the daily challenges and everything. So there you go, everybody. Thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. I truly appreciate it. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.